we're here today at DCD Enterprise. It's 3 o'clock, first day. We have had 1,500 people through the doors, the best quality of delegate we've ever had, and there seems to be a buzz in the air. The research we did before the event showed there was a lot of activity going on in New York, despite what people say, the end of the data center, yada, yada, yada. But no, we're seeing a really vibrant audience.
Yes.
What's your take on today?
We've seen that. I mean, we've done this for, as you say, 15, maybe even 16. And I remember our first event was a very small event. We had the downside for a couple of years ago, but today I think we've seen the quality of people we want to look for. They're looking for new ideas. They're looking for different application perspectives. You know, they're trying to think outside the proverbial box. We're also seeing a broader range of end users. And while the dynamics, bad pun, while the dynamics may have changed, do I talk to the managed service provider? Do I talk to the integrator? The end user still wants to drive that specification. They still want to, they understand their requirements. They want to make sure they're getting that best fit. So that's what we're seeing downstairs. We're seeing that while it may go to a managed service site in New Jersey or in California or in London or wherever, it's still their business. They are also looking at expanding beyond their traditional business locations, the traditional data center, managed services, but going to campus-type environments, distributed offices environments. So now, not only do we have to provide something locally, I got to do it globally. I got to do a branch office in Singapore. I have to do a branch office in Johannesburg. I have to do a branch office back in London or in Germany. That's what they're looking. They're looking to get that complete, corporate solution that is available on a global basis.
Okay, interesting. I mean, I'm seeing a little bit of a trend too. Years ago when we started, there wasn't an end user that would take to the stage and say anything. This was the most guarded industry in the world. So what happened was the consultants that had visibility of the projects would get up on stage and they would trend out what was going on. So the end users were coming to the conference to listen to the consultants to see if they were headed in the right direction.
Right.
And today, we're seeing the consultants coming to listen to the end users, because the end users are now really talking about what they're doing. It's become so complex that the consultants need to understand that complexity. So that's a total change in dynamics.
Yes. And what's driving that is metrics, is the organizations, the ashrays, the green grids, the EU code of conduct, where now the end user, that end user will be held to a carbon usage standard, a water usage standard, a PUE standard. They will answer to green concerns. They want to show that they can be at that edge, at that cutting edge, and be not only a good corporation but a good corporate global citizen, and they want to share that information. They don't want to get into a contest. They're not going to go bragging about their PUE being 1.08. Well, mine is 1.07. But they say, let me explain how I got to 1.08. Let me tell you how I'm spending my money to do that, how I am spending it wisely. And then they ask us to say, okay, can you even help me for my next generation? So the end user now knows that they are in control because it is almost demanded that they be that good corporate citizen, and they are aware of what is going on around them, which is if they go into Iceland, if they go into, as we spoke today, about the Rittal mine, that they can make a good argument for having good business practices. And that's why I still talk to the end user. The consultants are important, but they're going to put numbers down on a piece of paper. The end user will drive that.
So that's interesting. I got the feeling that some of the environmental concern had dropped off a bit with the oil price, but I am seeing, with all the press, COP21, this coming back. So whether before it was just purely on cost and now that's translating into a plus,
yes,
triple bottom line, that's one thing. Interesting. Rittal has been seen at OCP. You have actually very successful OCP 21-inch racks that you're shipping out there. How are we seeing the technology from the hyperscalers translate? Are you seeing that when you're seeing more of the enterprise customers?
We do see it. We do see some of that going out onto a production type of application, but a very niche, a very specialized application. As you saw from Andy Gill, speaking for you, to you guys, OCP will not eliminate the traditional, as we see down on the floor here, 19-inch rack mount technology. It will complement that. And again, we go back to the end users driving it. The key point is they will know what works right for their individual applications. They will segregate those. They will segment those. We are having a tremendous amount of success with OCP. We're on V2 now, as you know, version 2. We've changed the power bus. We've changed how components are installed. And we're looking now to that monolithic deployment. Not necessarily hyperscale, but a consistent deployment as we grow and grow and grow, where it does one or two functions, but it does a lot of them, and it does it very well. It's the social media driving it, the data mining driving it, certainly the government regulations driving that as well.
So a Dickie Bird told me about an initiative run by LinkedIn, Open 19. Mm-hmm. And that's kind of like an offshoot of the OCP mentality.
Yes.
Of doing things different ways. I know they're speaking at DCD, Web Scale, shameless plug, the 19th and 20th of July in San Jose.
Rittal will be there.
But we're seeing this innovation outside of the traditional lab environment, aren't we? We're seeing a community innovation.
Yes.
Yeah. I don't know. Can you talk about that from a Rittal perspective? It's got to be half the companies would be threatened by it, but also I'm seeing that you're making money on this. You're understanding it.
Yes, we make the money on it. We understand it, but it is that big data. It is the Internet of everything, and that's not just the Internet of everything. That's not just the LinkedIn's or the Salesforces or the Googles or the Yahoos. That's the BMWs. That's the Mercedes-Benzes. That's the Boeings, where they are on the Internet of everything. They're putting 50 billion machines that are all now an IP addressable device. And I don't care if it's bits and bytes or they're welding robots for cars. They are all seeing that scale, and they want to take advantage of those efficiencies, improvements in production control, and so on. But back to a LinkedIn, that big data environment, that Internet of Everything environment drives that. And they all want to be able to continue to scale to support new applications, new services within their product offerings, whether it's a LinkedIn, whether it's a Facebook, a Snapchat, what have you. And that just keeps growing and growing and growing. Whether we do a 21 or a 19, there is a recognition that there are standards. We are not going to change those, but can I make them more flexible? Can I make them more adaptable? Most importantly, can I scale them? To grow as you go, which is what you said you've seen as well. That we see that scalability. I'm spending my money now. I will spend it well. I will plan for the future, and when I need to spend that, I know I've got a good spend there also.
Well, we can certainly see there's a rich future ahead of us.
Yes.
Just to close off our impromptu little discussion here, feelings for the event?
We've had a good day. We've had a very good day. As I said, we've been here. You and I have been together for a stupid amount of time. I think we've got an excellent mix. We've got the right people. We've seen a lot that we've seen in the past, but we've seen many new. And all of them have an interest in our solutions, our cooling, our enclosures, our monitoring and security solutions. And you can see the ones we've got today, the wheels are spinning. They're looking, oh, I like this. This is nice. I need to use this. Let me find a place to use that. So we're seeing that as well. It's not just the tire kickers and door slammers anymore. They've gone beyond that, and they have to go beyond that. So we've had a good day today. I hope we'll have a good day tomorrow.
Great. Best of luck for tomorrow, and thanks
for
the chat.
Always a pleasure. Thank you.